spicy week 5 is in the books. There was yeah, it came down to the last minute. Some of us lost on some outrageous plays by tight ends, and overall, I think yeah, uh, it's interesting. It's an interesting week. It just really accentuates the soupy nature of how we are as a league. Maybe we're all really good, and maybe it's just really tight and competitive, or maybe we're all really shit. Because yeah, anyway, we'll get on to that. First of all, my picks. So I went with Nick to beat me. Nick did indeed beat me, thanks to 30 points from Travis Kelce. Very disappointing, but what can you do? Yeah, so that's 1-0, and then Kinch beat Matt. We'll get into the breakdown of that a little bit later, but that makes me 2-0. Matt went from the highs of, I think you only need, I don't know how many you needed from Lamar and Mark Andrews, but I can't wait to look that up. Anyway, Connor managed to lose to Ed. Ed turned up with 135 points, but didn't matter because Connor just fell off a cliff. It was always going to fall down around you, wasn't it, really? But hey ho. Mikey D, I got another, so I'm 2-1 so far. Mikey D got the win against Jim. That makes me 3-1. I think he was powered by another great Eckler performance. Yep, and then I went with Mark to win, and then he lost to Damien. How are you doing that, man? Fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, so Mark is 1-4. Jeez. We'll get into it in the breakdown. And then yeah, Skell, I've been saying all week, Skell's gonna do it. Numbnuts is cruising for a very, very disappointing year, as he always does. Or maybe not. Maybe not. He made some trades this week. Speaking of, we'll go through transactions before we get into the breakdown. So yeah, overall I was 4-2 on my predictions. Jim, stating the obvious, you picked against me. Yes, I did, and you lost. I think you got a bit shirty about it in the chat. I'd like an apology. Nah, I don't give a shit, but yeah. And then Matt, it turned out, had blocked me this entire time. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for that. Is that why we couldn't trade this entire time? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we'll go into transactions. So Josh Reynolds, I think that was a Sunday evening pickup. And a few people going for him. Mikey D got him. I don't know what he even did, to be honest. Yeah, he had an alright game. Maybe Mike played him. And then the Giants defense as well. This is a good, well, not that great actually. They were looking okay for a while, but then Giants D sucked. Load of nonsense. Yep, Matt had me blocked. Lovely. Anyway, yes, I dropped Mike Boone. I don't regret my decision. Mike Boone's piece of shit. Then we had Skell dropped and Joku actually had a pretty solid tight end week, but Skell has obviously got Taysom Hill, who is elite. Ed picked up Irv Smith, dropping Michael Gallup. I'm not sure about that move. Michael Gallup is coming back from injury and he's slowly getting more and more involved with the Cowboys. So, yeah. Maybe, yeah, snap shares looking good. Targets going up. We'll see. Richie James, I don't know who that is, to be honest. And then Matt picked up Joshua Palmer. Disappointing. Bit irrelevant of a move there. Caleb Huntley, Jim dropping running backs like he hasn't got enough. And then yeah, Harrison Butker dropping Zay Jones. I don't think you should have dropped Zay Jones, to be honest. Like, I know he had a bad week, but the whole of the Jags offense had a bad week. I don't think it's worth writing him off yet. Still got lots of targets. Still got a good snap share. Like, I think when the Jags offense gets it together, he's going to be a part of it still. So I think that was a bad move. And then we had some trades. So this was just fixing something, just some pick swaps, but that's okay. Ignore all that nonsense. No one cares. Yeah, then we had some big money moves. Numbnuts picked up Dalvin Cook and Russell Wilson from Mike for Aaron Rodgers, Raheem Mostert, Tyler Boyd, and 2 1s. Now, I'd been offering for Dalvin Cook 2 1s, a 3, and either Chris Olave and Brian Robinson. So I think on face value, it's probably about the same to what I was offering. I think, I don't know, this is like, it's a bit of an interesting move. You're bottom of the table. You'd need to win probably 6 of your next 9 games to get into the playoffs. And you gave away a starting running back in Miami, who, if it lets us click on it, well, we'll look at it later. But he's got like 90% or something snap share, getting all the points in the Miami backfield. And then you gave away Tyler Boyd as well, and T Higgins might be missing a lot of time. And you did that yesterday, so you knew about the T Higgins injury, and you knew everything that Raheem Mostert was doing. So yeah, a bit of a interesting move. I think you probably could have done without the QB swap because Russell Wilson's a piece of shit. But I like the idea behind it of you go and get the guy, you get the elite running back, you put him on your roster, and you make a playoff push. But you're not making a playoff push. You're 1-4. This is like, I mean, you're not going to keep any of these 3 guys, but you've just burned your future. But anyway, I don't know. Hopefully Dalvin works out well for you, and hopefully this gets going. And Mike, yeah, I noticed in the draft you were trading all your future picks with Damien, so you're reloading for next year, and you're somehow 4-1. This is absolutely outrageous. How are you getting away with this? To be honest, completely robbing the league here. Anyway, next we had Matt and Mark making a trade. Mike Evans sold for 2. Potentially a little on the cheap side, but Chris Godwin's coming back. And yeah, there's Russell Gage, Julio Jones, the tight ends, the new one they've got, K. Dalton or whatever his name is. There's a lot of pieces in play there, and they're really good at running the football. I think a 2 is very cheap, but it's Mike Evans, and Mike Evans' going rate is a 2. If he's not going to be a keeper for you, yeah, fuck it, sell him. That's all good with me. Yeah, good little steal there from Matt, I think, but paid a 2 for it. Then on the flip side, Matt's trying to shift Lamar and Mark Andrews, so I don't really understand it. Joshua Palmer was dropped, and then Logan Thomas has dropped. Bunch of irrelevant guys. Waivers. Okay, so there was Eno Benjamin, who a lot of people went for a bid on. Kinch winning out with 16. I don't know how this is going to work out for you because we have Connor is looking like he's actually going to play next week. So I think probably at best it's like a 1 week higher share, but it's okay. Alec Pierce, 3 people bid. So Jim outbidding Matt for Alec Pierce. I don't mind this. It's a good target share and a good snap share as well, and that's probably going to increase. He's he's a good little player, to be honest. He's the number 2 to Michael Pittman, but like Pittman's always got the best guy like covering him, so Pierce should do pretty well. Geno Smith, I got outbid by Numbnuts. He's finally going to take the plunge and start Geno Smith, it looks like. I'm pretty jealous, to be honest, but hey ho. And Joku picked up by Damien. A lot of people bidding here. Oh, he's just sniped out Kinch and Kel and Numbnuts. Nice. Good work, Damien. Nice bid, man. Yeah, completely fucked those 2 guys. Yeah, and Joku's good. He's got a lot of targets last week. Oh, he gets a lot of targets every week, to be honest. So, yeah, and that's just what you want with us for a tight end. Lots of targets, lots of catches. Kirk Cousins picked up by Mark. I don't hate it. Kirk Cousins is just a guy. Outbidding Mikey D by $2 as well. Michael Gallup picked up by Mikey D. Yeah, $5 bid there. I quite like it. Buffalo Bills defense out there as well in the wild. Probably worth picking up by someone. I'll probably make a bid on that later on. MVS, $2. Mark, that's a waste of $2, man. That's okay. Yeah, someone in case he catches balls, you know. Why not? Why not MVS? Why not? Cleveland Browns defense, they've -3 last week against the Chargers. They've got New England's who probably going to have that rookie QB in. Is he legit? I don't know. Hayden Hurst dropping TJ Hawkinson. He's a good player. There's a good player on waivers now, a really good player. Hayden Hurst, I don't mind. Again, a lot of targets. He had a couple of down weeks, but a lot of targets. So who knows? I think he'll be okay. I don't really give a shit about tight ends. And then a kicker moves. I don't really care. Since then, we've had Matt pick up a kicker. Matt put players in the trade block where I think he's had a little paddy attack today. And then, yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo picked up as well. It's just QB. Doesn't really matter. So, yeah, those are the moves that we've had so far. A couple of big trades in there. And, yeah, some interesting stuff on waivers. I think there's still some good players out there on the wire. I think there's still some moves that could be made before the weekend, which we'll get into in a bit. A quick look at the table, and who is that at the top of the table? This isn't being talked about enough in the group chat, guys. Skelly is number 1 right now. Skelly has a 4-1 record and the most points scored. This is fantastic. This is everything I wanted in life. Skelly is going to be our future champion. He's going to the playoffs and he's going to win it all. We all believe in you, Skelly. We all want this. All right? You are the only acceptable champion that I will have now. Everyone else can get fucked. It's all about Andrew Skelton. But no, he's doing some good wins. He's getting it done. He's got some nice players on his roster. I think yeah. The way to think about it, Scale, if you win like 4 from your next 9 games, then every other year that we've had in Sleeper, you'd have been in the top 6 and been in the playoffs. And I don't think you've been there before. So, yeah, that's what you got to do, man. 4 of the next 9. Aim for 9 of the next 9, though. Dream big. Mikey D is 4-1 as well. I don't know how we've let him do that, to be honest. He's completely mugged us all off. We got Nick, who's climbed out of the muck of his 1 and 2 start or whatever it was. 630 points for is serious, man. That is very, very good. And yeah, 3 and 2, getting up there. Spent a lot of his waiver though. Jim just chugging away at 3 and 2. He's just like, again, he should be 4 and 1 really. I think he kind of bottled it there, but that's okay. Very strong roster. Ed at 3 and 2 as well, just stacking the wins. A big win against Jim really help you for a playoff push, to be honest. Connor 3 and 2, a tough loss. Points for not as high as people around him. Well, bit of average point score to points for of 515. But the roster's good enough to stack enough wins. Again, you've just got to be thinking, like, if you get 5 wins from the next 9, Connor, then every year that we've had this league, you're in the playoffs. So 5 wins the next 9. That's what you could be thinking. Just outside of the playoffs at 2 and 3, we have Matt Hall. 550 points for Saquon Barkley on the team. It's yeah, I don't know. You should be doing better. You've got Lamar, you've got Mark Andrews. You've went out, you're spending big money. Almost getting close to the point of you've mortgaged your future to get there, and it's still not enough. It's still not enough. You can't keep all these players that you're buying. Can't keep them all. At some point, maybe you sack it in. I don't know. Nah, you should be competing. Then we got Kinch, who's at 2 and 3 as well at 8. Me at 2 and 3 and not at his 9th place. Like, I don't know. I think, yeah, it's getting close to the point where you look at some of the rosters above us. Do we really have a shot? Now, I was thinking about it today. My roster is basically the same as what it was last year when I won it all. So the only thing I'm missing is a QB. So yeah, I think it's like, do I buy in? Do I go hard for a QB and try and make a push here, or do I just let the big boys fight it out? I don't know. We'll see. We'll get into some teams reviews in a bit. Damien at 2 and 3 as well. I don't know how you got 2 wins, mate. Your roster's shut, but there we go. And then yeah, Mike and Numbers down at the bottom at 1 and 4. So you guys are now at the point where you have to win probably like 6 of your next 9. Like, we've had 7 and 7 teams make it before, but they've all like good points for. So you got to win like 6 of your next 9 games and hope the rest of the results go right. It's a tough ask. And you can see Mark's packed it in and is selling. Numbnut's going the other way. He's buying. Yeah, very interesting, different approaches there. But no one's mathematically eliminated yet. There is still all to play for. Everything can change in an instant in fantasy, any given Sunday and all that. Yeah, let me be the first to say all hail Andrew Skelton as our champion. We'll get into some very, very quick matchup breakdowns now, as I realise I've waffled for a while there. Okay, first one, it was me versus Nick. I scored 121 points, Nick scored 130. Puts me to 2 and 3, him to 3 and 2. Main things to talk about here, my running backs, Ramondre and Montgomery, scored 34 points between them. But this was more than offset by Nick's wide receivers, who between them scored 50 points to my guys. Well, actually mine did all right. Oh, there's the difference. It's Travis Kelce scoring 30 fucking points. Fucking ridiculous, man. Good tight end plays from both of us. Good kicker plays from both of us. We both got 11 points there. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of rough, kind of a rough loss. I played Trevor Lawrence. I could have played Carson Wentz, but that wouldn't have got me the win. I don't think any of the changes I've made would have got me the win. So yeah, it's real tough to beat Nick when Justin Jefferson's dropping 25 points, Cooper Kupp's dropping 22. Yeah, it's very, very, and yeah, you need everyone firing at 100% to win in a game like this. Travis Kelce isn't going to post his scoreline every week. That's all I'll say. So yeah, Nick goes to 3 and 2, charging his way back up the playoffs after his early antics. Next one to review, we have Matt versus Kinch. So Matt is 2 and 3. Kinch is now 2 and 3 as well after this win. Matt scored 90 points. We had 105 from Kinch. So yeah, what did we have? Lamar Jackson just let you down, whereas on the other side, Josh Allen scored 35. Derrick Henry had a hell of a day, but I mean, on the other side, Matt's got Saquon Barkley and Jeff Wilson combining for nearly 40 points. Damian Harris, yeah, that was rough. The hamstring injury. I think you've got a real problem at running back too now, Kinch, but maybe you can make a trade or something to sort that out if you want to make a push. Yeah, Mike Williams was the only receiver who did anything. I keep warning you about Garrett Wilson, man, but you bought Mike Evans now, so you fixed that spot. Mark Andrews had a good day, 18.9 points, but it wasn't enough to get you the win. You needed more from Lamar Jackson, unfortunately. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Tyler Conklin goosing as well. Oh dear. Oh, Matt. Oh, this is where you lost it, isn't it? You played a kicker who scored you 1. You played a defense that scored you 0. Oh dear, mate. Even they got you a 4th down stop and it still didn't get you any points. That's so depressing. But yeah, that's tough. Stream better here and you would have won. Don't beat yourself up too much about it though. These things happen. Kinch running away, stealing a win there. Stealing a win, some would say. Yeah, so Connor, I predicted you to win. Let's have a look at where it went wrong. You got Jalen Hurts in. That was a good buy. You bought him 27 points. Can't complain at that. Tom Brady getting 20 points. I did not see that coming. I thought he'd do worse. But yeah, divorcing Giselle is going to put a fire up him, I think, to go and kick everyone all over the park. Melvin Gordon getting 12 points. I think Melvin will be fine as your RB2, especially if Lenny's going to do that for you. 30 points from Lenny is brutal. And then on the other side, Devin Singletary, yeah, this game got away from them and they didn't need him that much, which was always a concern, I guess. Maybe I thought Pitt would do more. Yeah, that's rough. I don't know how much you can trust Devin Singletary going forward, but it is what it is. Nick Chubb had a great day, 25 points on the ground. I think this is kind of where it went wrong for you, though. T. Higgins goosing is never a good sign. He's injured. He might be out. Chris Godwin, 6 of 6 receptions. That's nice. He's a nice little stat line for him. Coming back from the injury, he's just going to get more and more involved. Marquise Brown had another hell of a good day, but this is on a timer. You know, this is on a timer because you got next week and then the week after D Hop comes back. Elijah Moore, I think I told you to drop him. You could probably drop him all the way to the waiver wire at this point. I doubt anyone would want him. The Jets with Zach Wilson at the helm are just not good enough. Not good enough at all. Drake London, it's always a worry. Like, if Mariota has a bad day and there's not many yards to go around, this might happen. I think I said play Smith over him, so I don't think Smith would have got you the win though. No, it wouldn't. You got your ass kicked there. Frymouth took a concussion as well quite early. That was rough. And then, great streamers, man. Great streamers. 16 points from a kicker. I'm sure you planned that, Ed. I'm sure that was all part of the plan. And, 23 points from your defense as well. I definitely said the Dallas defense against the Rams is not a great idea. And look what they do. 23 fucking points, man. That's outrageous. That is absolutely outrageous. Yeah, good news is kind of like when this happens to you and it's not repeated on your side, you're very, very unlikely to win, to be honest, especially when both of them go off. So yeah, there's not much you could have done. I quite like George Pickens and Travis Etienne. You got some nice bench pieces actually. Yeah, Eddie, I think you do fine actually. Nice, I like that. Next, yeah, we had Mike stealing a win from Jim. I did say this was going to happen. It was one of my upset picks, but yeah, here we are. Russell Wilson has been killing you, and yet you still win. That is outrageous. Mahomes, 30 points on the other side. Love to see it. Running backs, if Austin Eckler's dropping 35 points on you, there's not much to do about it. Alvin Kamara had quite a nice game, actually. I didn't realise that. Yeah, nearly 200 yards on the ground, no touchdowns. That's actually, I didn't realise that was his stat line. That is really, really good. That's the first performance he's had all year. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll see I'll stop slandering him for a bit, Jim. Sorry about that. And Damian Pierce, yeah, this guy is absolutely awesome. A touchdown, receptions, 26 carries. Like, I hope they don't overwork him and he breaks or something like that. But yeah, that's lovely. J-Rob on the other side, huge disappointment. This is the best stat line I've ever seen. 3 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 170 yards. Beautiful, Gabe Davis. Absolutely beautiful. And Devontae Adams as well, getting you 25 points. I think that got you the win on the Monday Night Football. That got you the win. Very nice. DK's fine. Dobbs had a disappointing game. Sutton is lovely. Josh Reynolds, yeah, nice little play from Josh Reynolds. Worth a pick up there. And then, yeah, Gerald Everett didn't get it done. Oh, man, Jim, even with, like, the great play from the kicker and the defense, he couldn't steal it. Bryce Hall on your bench as well, but your running backs did fine. Like, yeah, I don't know. You've clearly got a problem at receiver. That's all I'll say. And you've got a spare running back doing very well. Maybe you hit someone up. Yeah, I know you've sold Dalvin Cook. I don't know how you're getting away with this, Mike, because you're still looking stupidly strong. Yeah, but anyway, the unlucky Jim, even the super kicker defense play couldn't get it done for you. Then we had Damien versus Mark. So McCaffrey had quite a good day. He always gets the good volume and stuff like that. But I mean, if what is Josh Jacobs doing? Scoring fucking 150 yards, a touchdown, the 5 receptions and 40 yards. That's outrageous. What's he doing? He shouldn't be doing that. QBs were quite even. I keep saying, like, you're never going to be brave enough to drop Kyler Murray. But, like, I mean, when we look at these stat lines, it's just so average. This is just average. This is like Carson Wentz without the down weeks. That's what you're getting, you know? Yeah, when we have DJ Moore did okay. Yeah, good targets. Maybe he'll improve. Amari Cooper, he's either giving you a wide receiver 1 or a nothing performance. So Jacoby Myers, this came out of nowhere a little bit. Well, not really. The receptions were as expected, but a nice little touchdown. Cap it off, get you the win maybe. George Kittle, some targets. If you take away the fumble, that's actually an okay day from George Kittle. Mike Evans, I mean, I can see why you sold him, because it's like, yeah, he had the blow-up game last week, but yeah. Anyway, Darren Waller, fuck, I hate Darren Waller so much, man. I dropped him. I dropped him out of frustration in another league. Like, I do not like him at all. And how he's been, yeah, I just fuck him. Anyway, yeah, I mean, the difference really is like this Jacoby Myers play, this Josh Jacobs play, just came out of nowhere really and pipped you to it. There's literally 1 touchdown in it. There's a rough loss. Maybe a better defensive play, but who knows. yeah, 1 and 4 is a rough spot to be, but you're doing the right thing. Well, I say the right thing. You're doing a thing by selling players and getting picks for next year. Um, and then last one, Mark lost that one, which put me to 3-2 on the week. Last one, Skelly getting the win against Numbnuts. I just nerve it, man. That is so disappointing. So disappointing. 15 points. He's just average. Like, is he coming back from injury or is he just a bit shit? Who knows? Yeah, Jamar Chase. You've seen the news about his baby mama coming out and accusing him of some untoward things, but I don't know. I don't comment on that sort of stuff on this podcast. I think he benefited from like a down week from CD Lamb, Thielen being a very old man who can't go more than one play at a time, and then yeah, Tyler Lockett looks so good with Gino, so damn good. Yeah, oh, this is lovely, Scout. Tyreek Hill. I'm fairly certain I told you to play him, but like, why not? Just keep chucking him in, man. He's great. Um, yeah, Numbnuts. Well, it's a lot easier for you now to drop Penny and start putting Raheem Mostert in. Like, well, no, you traded Mostert actually, didn't you? Fucking hell. You got Dalvin Cook, so yeah, you're fine. Yeah, I don't know. Scale, you're not going to get 36 points from Taysom every week, but you might get it next week. So yeah, it's a good spot to be. Running back's a bit of a concern. CEH, he got game scripted out quite early on, but yeah, still got the win though. Can't complain. 113 points to 71 points there. Yeah, so those were the matchups. We'll now get into available players on waivers. Okay, we're going to go through waivers real quick. So people who survived the waiver round, who might still be good to have on a roster. Bye weeks are coming up, so you will need cover potentially, and these are the guys you're looking at playing. QB is a bit of a wasteland. Matt Stafford can't be trusted, so don't get sucked in by Matt Stafford. After that, like, you're really looking at potentially Daniel Jones. If Jameis Winston or Mac Jones look like they're going to play, pick them up and start them over Daniel Jones. But Daniel Jones against the Baltimore secondary, and literally all you're hoping for is Daniel Jones dumps it off to Saquon Barkley and he takes it to the house. That's what you're hoping for. Or maybe Daniel Jones does this weird thing where he runs for like 60 yards. Like, yeah, it's not exciting. Not exciting at all on the QB waiver wire. Yeah, no, God, you can't start any of these, can you? Cooper Rush against Philly. Fuck. No, you can't do that. Kenny Pickett as well against Tampa. Yeah, no, it's really, really rough. You're really looking at like, oh, I hate that, but it's Daniel Jones is probably the one I'd start. Maybe Matt Ryan against Jacksonville. Maybe. Oh, grim. Gross. So stop looking. Running backs is a bit more interesting. So there's a couple of guys here that I think should definitely be rostered. And then there's guys after that who it's the usual thing of if you have the bench spot, put the bench spots in to like the handcuffs in case someone gets injured. First one is Josh Kelly. So Josh Kelly got quite good usage behind Eckler. I know it was kind of a big win for them, but yeah, he put the he's kind of nailed down the number 2 job. And if Austin Eckler goes down, I think Josh Kelly would be in for a huge amount of work. So yeah, he's one to look at. The other one, a bit of a sneaky play, but DJ Dallas. So Rashad Penny goes down. Kenny Walker's the rookie. Can you see Kenny Walker fumbling in his first time as the feature back and DJ coming in and doing the work? Pete Carroll's quite old school. So yeah, I think DJ Dallas is worth I wouldn't say start him. He's worth sticking on your bench and seeing what happens. Like Kenneth Walker could fumble his way out of a job and DJ Dallas could work his way into one. JD McKissick, if you absolutely have to have some points, he's your guy. Darrell Henderson is probably the next best stash of you pick this guy up and you put him on your bench in case Cam Akers goes down and they need the feature back again. After that, you're back to the usual suspects of like, okay, Mike Boone I would avoid because you don't really know what it's going to look like with Latavius Murray, and Melvin Gordon was fine. But then you've got like your Zach Mosses, some RJ Pirines, you've got Jaden Warren. He's actually quite interesting because Najee's a bit shit. Yeah, and then it's a bit more kind of dart throws. James Cook in Buffalo, he got some garbage time work. And then yeah, you've got your McKinnons and your, I don't know if Pacheco's still around, probably not. Yeah, it gets a bit grim after that, but those are kind of the guys I'd be looking at first. Yeah, in terms of an order, I'd probably go Josh Kelly, DJ Dallas, Darrell Henderson, and then JD McKissick, and then anyone who's like a backup to someone. Wide receivers, it's it's thin on the ground. The only guy I'd kind of look at here who should probably be on the roster, well, there's two really, but like Zay Jones for sure. The target share, again, ignore the Philly game because that Philly game was a bag of shit. But outside of that, the snap share's been good and the target share's been good ever since week 2. You know, even week 1 was great. Week 2 a bit of a down week, but yeah, I quite like that. Again, just assume it was a down week against the Texans and hope they're going to fix it. So yeah, I think he should be stashed at least on the bench somewhere. You've got some New York guys who you can't trust a New York wide receiver. The other one I want to talk about, Randall Cobb. So I think Christian Watson got injured again. Dobbs had a bit of a quiet day, and Robert Tonyan, the tight end, is not that great, to be honest. He's still looking a bit gammy. So yeah, Randall Cobb should be on someone's bench, possibly if you're desperate for a start. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'd need to probably look at people. It might be something I do where I look at people's rosters and go, "This is your wide receiver 3. I'd put this guy in over him." Yeah, I might do that in the matchup previews for next week. Then yeah, after that it gets a bit grim looking down the list. You don't really want to chase the De'Ami Brown points because it was like off of 4 targets or whatever. Yeah, I was going to talk about Alec Pierce, but he got picked up during waivers. The only other one who potentially is worth a play is Devontae Parker. Now I know he goosed last week against Detroit, but like that was just a ground and pound game. Like an absolute ground and pound game. So yeah, I think, but when he's on, he just occasionally has a really good day. He's like a goal line target for them. Big guy. Why not? Why not Devontae Parker? Could be a guy who gets you some points if you need it. Yeah, so that's wide receivers. Tight ends. Fucking hell, man. I hate tight ends so goddamn much. Like, they're the goddamn worst. Like, Will Disley. Why not? Just start him. Fuck it. Whatever. Mo Ali Cox might catch a touchdown against Jacksonville. Yeah. Donald Parham, he was a guy they used quite a lot last year. Why not? Throw him on. I just hate all of them. I just hate every single tight end. They're all absolute dickheads. They don't know what they're doing. Yeah. This guy, sure. 94% snaps actually quite good. I'd maybe look at Cade Otton if you're desperate. But again, my policy on tight ends is still pick 6 names and roll a dice and play that one. Kickers, I don't care about. Defenses, so Washington defense at Chicago. I would probably go the other way, actually. I'd probably go with the Chicago defense, but I think it's very brave to play that. Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah, I would probably go with the Chicago defense because Chicago at home I like a bit more. Yeah, I'd go with the Chicago defense if you're wanting to go with one on Thursday night, but to be honest, neither of them is really a great choice. After that, you're really struggling. Denver away, I would avoid. Buffalo Bills. So they're at KC, but you could probably just eat, like, if you're willing to bench them for 2 weeks, if you're willing to sit on them on your bench for 2 weeks, like against KC, that's a tough ask. I understand that. The bye week, you're going to be tight on your bench spots in week 7 if it's a Buffalo Bills bye. But then week 8, Green Bay, New York, Minnesota, Cleveland, Detroit. New England, New York, Miami. This is all like there's nothing there to worry about, really. So yeah, if you're wanting to just set yourself up until probably I think probably for the rest of the year, this might be the one where you just go, fuck it, I'm gonna buy them, I'm gonna sit them on my bench for 2 weeks, and then they're gonna be just put it in, set it and forget it for the rest of the year. I could see a lot. I don't know if people listen, there might be a big high bid on this. We'll see. We'll see. I'm probably going to go in for quite a lot. This is one of the first times I'm going to bid and not reveal what I bid. But yeah, that's one that I like. In terms of plays for this week, though, man, if I had to pick one, which I kind of do because I usually do, yeah, fuck it, I'd go with Chicago Bears. If you're desperate for a defense, put the Chicago Bears in. Why not? It's not great, but Carson Wentz is a bag of shit, really, aren't they? And Chicago like to run the ball. I think they're going to have success running the ball. So yeah, I'd go with Chicago defense. Yeah, well that's the quick look at waivers. I say quick, it took 10 minutes. We just all need to. A lot of good things have happened, and I'm really, really enjoying the fact that Skell is now #1 in the league. We all need to pay him a bit more respect, to be honest. We all need to respect Andrew Skelton, our future champion. That's my message for you this week. We'll do some matchup previews. I'll do some more predictions. I will obviously get shit from you guys, but you've got to understand I'm pretty much right all the time. Anyway, peace out.